people. This is Hello Africa. I'm your girl Nita saying Barakah Salah to all our wonderful brothers, Muslim brothers, sisters out there. Even though I didn't get the meet, but I'm not doing the show alone. I've got Faith with me today,
Hello,
like always.
Hello, welcome to Hello Africa. Thanks for joining us, and of course we're not doing this alone. Today we also have one of us who would be making the show a great one going forward, as he is going to join us on the show. He is
BC.
Hello, Africa. Welcome to the show. It's great to be with you guys.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
So we'll be going straight up to our top stories for today, and of course today promises to be amazing as we have lots of stories lined up for you. Sit tight, don't touch the dial. We'll head straight to the stories, and of course you can join us whenever you want, or you know how to do this. Let's just get to the stories.
Okay, in no particular order, I'll give BC the honor to take the first story.
Oh, wow, thank you very much. The honor is mine. All right, Idel Kabir. Persevere, keep hope alive. Ekiti PDP chair tells Nigerians. And the first thing that came to my mind when I heard this story is, why would Otumba BC Kolawole suddenly give this kind of advice, right? And then after reading it, I came to the conclusion that it's obviously a political propaganda or a political points thing.
I totally agree with you. I mean, if you were to encourage people to keep hopes because of the seasons, it should be because of the reason we're celebrating, hoping that, of course, things will get better. But this time around, he streamlined his words to political reasons as to why we should keep hopes, hoping that the party which he belongs to,
Which is
he
PDP,
hopes, would be coming to give us hope, probably.
Some people will see it as a smart move to use every platform
Of
you
course,
have
it's
to
a
sell
smart move.
yourself.
Yeah,
So he's trying to tell the people of Ekiti that it's
Step.
coming up in 2023. So he's just trying to wet the floor. So we wish him all the best in his endeavor, basically. Okay, moving on.
This one says Yoruba Nation rally. Autopsy reveals Jumoke dies of bullet injury. Of course, we already had this story all the way from June 12th.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
protest
story
and all
of-
that.
where
Yoruba Nation.
We
Yeah.
had this lady who was hit by a straight bullet, and we lost her sadly. Also, the case has been in police custody, and the PRO of the Nigerian police, who mentioned to us here in Lagos City, said it was the injury sustained was from a stab.
Yeah.
A stab.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
A stab.
apparently,
Wow.
well, but the doctor in charge of the case, who looked through the case, also brought a report yesterday saying it was a bullet injury.
Of
So-
which,
So sad.
the saddest part of this story that is already sad is that the bullet was not found in the body.
In the
Now,
body.
keep in mind, police had possession of this corpse before they turned it over to the medical.
Yeah, medical
Maybe
practice.
they don't
for
know or
healthcare.
they don't remember the fact that there's something like autopsy that's going to take place, because why will somebody be hit by a bullet and the bullet is not found?
I mean, it doesn't make
That's
sense.
so many questions.
Every
that,
evidence in the corpse points to a projectile as a force piercing through the body.
Yes.
All right, so I think that's why they came up with the force, with the lie that, I mean, it's
was-
a knife stab, because
Yeah.
honestly, it's just sad. And I think we need to start holding these people accountable, because the
Absolutely.
more we circle around compensating the family and saying, let's bring the policeman who actually carried out this heinous act
Yeah.
to justice, police brutality on protesters will still
Will go
continue.
on.
It will still continue.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Armed men attempt to stab Mali's interim president during prayers at Bamako Mosque. Has that story you?
Wow.
Okay, well, for me, I feel this story has a back root.
Okay.
It's coming from somewhere, because this is a festive period. I mean, what would drive someone to want to stab the president? Well, it must have been that something must have happened. It must have been from a battle. And I think they
Must
have
be
a
a
record.
trigger.
Yeah, they have a record of the whole case of
Coup d'etat and
yes,
all of that.
coup
Yeah,
d'etat and all
they
that
do.
with the
Okay.
former.
This interim president in question
Yeah.
was the military person who led the coup.
Yeah.
All right, to
Oh,
oust the
okay,
former
okay.
president.
Former
Yeah,
president,
and also he led the coup in 2020.
Yes.
All right, so the trend of the coup
So it's
leading.
obvious. I mean,
it's
he
obvious
has
that there's
a lot
a
of
story
enemies,
exactly. He has a lot of
so
enemies
Backwards.
around.
you just
But
have
then,
to watch your back anyway.
But then this whole trend of Africans attacking their leaders, I don't see. I mean, if you're not
It's
treating your
crazy.
people right,
Yeah.
at some point they are going to rebel. At some point they are going to rebel. So if this is how Africa wants to go, I mean, well.
Well, it's not a good way to go. And secondly, another thing I'm going to say is the fact that, just make sure your securities officials are not compromised.
Okay.
Because nothing happens without somebody, very close being involved, okay?
yeah.
So we're going to move on to India. India government survey shows 2/3 have coronavirus antibodies.
Okay, that's a
Okay,
good
I
one.
have an antibodies too, so we're just going to move on from there.
That's an interesting fact.
Moving on, this one
Okay.
says future of oil and gas in Nigeria. Renewed obligations
Obligations.
from private sector. Okay, that's a good one. So, looking through the story, I found out that
Okay.
I think the private sector has their own major role in oil provision and supervision in the country because they having policies recently after the PIB was passed, the bill was passed. I think the private sector became a major
More
factor,
active.
more active, and then wanting to establish certain principles to keep or to aid good revenue generation from the oil sector
Okay,
is a
that's
good one.
way
But I
to
think
go
you would
then.
have a better view.
Yeah.
Let's hear what
Well,
you
I believe the obligations in question here is to let this private sector that are into the oil and gas sector
Yes.
to partner with host communities. That's these communities where these oil basins are found
Okay.
to help them generate revenue also
for the host
for the
communities.
host communities,
Very
exactly, to
intelligent, yeah.
employ the youth there and also to ensure that the community is developed, putting infrastructure, tying their roads, giving them power and all of that.
Okay.
But my question now is, if we are still focusing on fossil fuel,
Yes,
when the world is already shifting to clean energy,
of course.
all right, there's electric cars.
Yes.
Factories are starting to run on hydropower, on solar power, and now Nigeria, rather, is now just achieving a successful rate in fossil fuel. What now happens when we're no longer using fossil fuel? What will happen to our economy? What's going to happen to our way of life? What's going to happen to our GDP?
That's a lot
Yeah,
of
that was
questions
a
anyway.
lot of questions
that needs
anyways.
to be answered. Okay, we're going to move on to Ghanaian, as Ghanaian youth reject bag of rice from lawmakers and insist that they want their youth learn from these people.
I felt hurt by that, I would not lie.
What I
Okay,
mean,
in what
why
regard?
exactly?
I
Because
mean-
we have situations whereby when election is up, the youth are fully involved, of course. And before you know it, they've been paid maybe some little amount and they're killing, stealing ballot boxes,
Okay.
doing all sorts. So
Okay.
he's saying this. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Oh, well, the reason why I said I feel hurt by it is because, for example, the NSAS protest, right?
Yeah.
The youths did an amazing job.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah, we give
we
it to
proved a
them.
lot of things to the Nigerian people. We proved that religions can coexist.
Absolutely.
Because there were mosques who were praying on at the toll gates.
Yes.
People allowed them to pray, and then after Christians also had their own prayer. We proved that we can manage resources.
Okay.
Every donation that came into the NSAS
Was
project,
recorded.
it was recorded. It was properly accounted for. Every single
Absolutely.
thing they spent it for. So we proved a lot of failed things that this government and the older generation has failed to prove in power, and that was the youth. Okay, so now coming out to say that the youth should learn from rejecting bags of rice. Already we are challenging your style of government.
Okay.
We are leading protests and you are gunning us down.
Let me
No, no, no,
rephrase.
no.
Yeah, let me rephrase that. Okay?
Okay.
Not all the youth. Just like when the
Now-
president. Yeah.
Exactly.
Just like when the president of Nigeria, His Excellency Muhammad Buhari, made a statement saying all Nigerian youths are
Are
lazy.
lazy.
But it's not all Nigerian youths. We have Nigerian youths who are creating job opportunities, who are
Exactly.
thinking outside the box to make life better and all that.
What I think is he's doing well to send a message to youths who still go under the course of the leaders who engage them
Yeah.
in certain via activities that do not go in line with the goodwill of our culture. Now, if these youths still want to go under these leaders and perpetrate evil acts during several courses or during electoral courses, well, I mean, someone has to be able to show them an example. And I think he's just pointing out this action.
That you guys should,
Yeah.
learn
You
from
should
the
be able to
Ghanaians.
learn. He's
Yeah.
not
basically.
saying we don't have a
are-
connection or
yes.
we're not together. He's
I
just
think I
pointing
like
out.
that. I like
That's
that
what
clarity.
That's what I think. Well, we will take
it's
a
fair
short
enough.
break, and once we get back, of course, we'll go back to our top stories. Don't touch the dial. We'll be right back.
Watching Hello Africa, and I'm with these amazing dudes dissecting the top stories. I'll be introducing you to our hot topics pretty soon. Faith is on my right hand, and of course, BC on my left. Hi, guys.
We're doing good. So diving back to the stories. This one says, I am the richest actor in Nollywood. Zubi Michael brags heavily, says he recently made the sum of 102 million naira. Wow.
That is a lot of money.
That's a lot.
And that is a bold claim. I am the richest actor in Nollywood. That is a bold claim.
Okay.
Interestingly, I
Yeah.
mean, to make this kind of money from this industry.
Well,
here
he
in the
didn't say it's
country-
from this industry, though.
He said he's the richest.
He just says he's the
Nollywood
richest
actor.
But
Nollywood
if you,
actor.
no, if you read through the stories, he specifically said he just made about 100
from
million naira
from a movie project.
from movie projects.
Okay.
Yes, he
as a
specifically said.
filmmaker
Well,
or as
I mean,
an actor.
well, I mean, what I read is that, he doesn't want to disclose his financial status
Initially.
for praises, and then he disclosed that he has a book where he writes funds paid when he works. Full stop. Where he writes funds where, I mean, if you've seen any movie that has anything to do with narcotics or mafia gangs or anything solid, major accounts are kept always in a book and in a. I mean, let's look at John Wick, the first John Wick movie. You saw the first John Wick movie.
yes.
He had a book where he has all the records
That's
of his
my
fans.
dude.
Exactly. So, I mean, I'm not saying Zubi is doing
Okay,
anything
of
shady.
course,
I'm not
yeah,
saying that.
sure.
Zubi, I respect you. I love your work. You're a beautiful person. But 102 million naira.
I
Come on.
want to flip the script,
Come on.
guys. Did you see his grand entrance? Is it grand entrance I'm going to refer to, or his rough entrance when
I think
the
we
crowds
just
were
have to
all over
combine it.
him and it was crazy at Obi Kubana's event, okay, the carnival. And he did a Michael Jackson stunt. He pulled that stunt. You know when Michael Jackson performs, he
Yeah,
pulls his
his
jacket,
jacket
and throw it to
and
the ladies. Zubi actually did that. So I'm just thinking to myself, what's the worth of the jacket?
Call him Zubi Jackson.
Anyway, he's a drama king. Let's move on.
Okay, this one says Jeff Bezos, moment world richest man launched to space with New Shepard rocket ship. Wow. Interestingly, I feel Jeff has done so much with
Yeah.
these spaceships and travels. You know, specifically this one was amazing because he had to spend 11 minutes in space with certain persons who also joined him, and I believe this was a test run on a craft just finished known as
Shepard.
Yeah,
Shepard,
blue. Yeah. So
New Shepard rocket ship.
you know, I like the fact that he was able to curtail certain things. He was able to say, I want to get this done, and he made it happen. Because a whole lot of questions came, and they were like, are you sure you want to try this? You know, he gave the offer to certain persons to also join him on the trip.
On the
I think
quest.
it was an open
Yeah, I saw
contest.
it.
Yeah,
An
he-
open invitation.
open
yeah.
invitation to someone, and I think the initial person who won the trip with him didn't go alongside with him.
I mean, sometimes you lose your courage, right? I mean, when you think
Oh.
about the whole risks and everything,
Yeah.
traveling into space.
I mean, well, if you have a net worth of over $100 billion, I think the next thing to do is probably explore places that
I mean,
people haven't
that's-
explored
yeah.
before.
You
And-
think? Okay, sorry to cut
And
you.
then going to space, if you notice, is sort of a billionaire's race thing. We have Elon Musk. He's got his own space
Yes.
company
He's got
with
his
SpaceX.
Yes.
We have Jeff Bezos with Blue Origins. We have Richard Branson with Virgin Galactic. I think these billionaires are seeing something
There's
in space.
something they're not telling us.
Exactly.
Maybe
And-
we need
and
to go and
see-
check
honestly,
and find this thing out for
'cause
ourselves, you know.
I'm thinking now Virgin Galactic on the other hand wants to focus on space transportation, like the flight of
Yeah.
space.
Yes.
Transport
Spaceship.
exactly transport
That's what
people
we're-
to space for a huge sum of money. But you see Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, they are thinking about real estate in space. That's the way I see it. Real estate in space, International Space Station, or building hotels and all of that on
I
Mars.
think when you get to space, right, you'll be inspired to think outside the box.
You are literally outside the planet.
Yeah, so
What I think
you
is
start thinking of, importing what is not there
Honestly,
to be there.
they've conquered the world.
So they're looking for more
beyond,
planets?
beyond make. I mean, we've made all we have to make in planet Earth. So if we had to make something out of planet
Let's
Earth,
explore
let's
the
explore
planets,
somewhere
Mars
else.
and
That's
all
a
that.
brave one.
That's a
Awesome.
brave one.
Okay, deadly floods. Deadly flooding in Western Europe. Who has that story? I think in Germany there.
In Germany, a couple
Germany,
of other countries are experiencing. Our hearts reach out to you. We hope you are safe. I mean, we suffered one in Lagos recently, and it
was
wasn't
such a
funny.
sad one.
Yeah.
That's
So
funny, yeah.
moving on, this one, okay.
Haiti appoints new prime minister after July 7 assassination, and I would say that's a good thing. That's a good step in the right
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah.
Appointing a leader as soon as
After
possible.
the death,
It's sad
yeah.
that they had to lose their president
Yeah.
that way,
President, yeah.
but it's good that they are back on
They're
their feet
back
and
on the
they're
feet.
moving on. Yeah.
But I
Having
hope
someone-
his security team are on track this time around, and of course they'll be able to dot, the I's and cross the T's, so
Yeah.
that the same thing that happened the last time will
Won't
not repeat itself.
Yeah.
Such a very sad one coming from one of our very own multiple award-winning female singer Tiwa Savage, who lost her dad on Monday to the
Wow.
cold hands of death.
It's sad. Our
Um,
hearts and prayers are with the family of Tiwa Savage,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. This must be a very tough time because I think she also lost a friend, 44,
44.
from DMW, who turned out to be really very
Close.
intimate with her, and,
it's
and
a
now,
tough period
yeah.
for the music industry.
well, we
Mm.
just hope
I
that
mean, Sound Sultan.
Sound Sultan,
you
and
know.
a lot
all
of
that.
sad stories, but
Yeah.
we'll just get back up soon.
Our hearts and prayers are with you, Tiwa. God will definitely see you through. Sometimes you
Okay.
don't even know the right words to tell people when they're grieving,
Yeah.
We just pray for them. Just a word of prayer goes a long way.
Okay, so
Alright.
before we continue, would also like to take a break. We still have a couple of stories, right?
No, I think this is just the
Oh,
last.
yeah.
Let's finish our stories and then we take a break and come back to talk about our topic. And our topic is something you will be very interested in. Okay, Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Igboho arrested in
Cotonou.
Cotonou, Benin Republic.
Yeah. All right, this story is quite interesting because, the authorities in Benin Republic have not confirmed that, yes, he was indeed arrested in their airport, right? And also, it's still allegedly that he was arrested
And he was released.
and was released. There's another story that says he was released. Now, this is the same man who, when you invaded his house, all right, he said he was at home, but you didn't see him, but he was seeing you. So why would you now be able to capture him in Benin Republic in an airport fleeing to Germany? Why would he want to flee?
Why?
It doesn't make sense. He's bold enough to
Story
stay.
seems weird.
It's shady.
Yeah, we're
I mean,
seeing
there are a
But
lot of gray areas
yeah,
there.
There is still something I'm just wondering about those people that trigger protests. The leaders in quotes. You come up with this protest idea and you're not there to stand by the youth or people who say, you know what, they want to back you up. You run away to the nearest airport. Meanwhile, the other guys are being killed. We see what happened during the Yoruba agitation, rally and all that. A lot of people lost their lives. Some were arrested. I saw on the news that they released about 48 persons who were arrested during the June 12th, rally and stuff like that. So come on.
I mean, I can't really blame them because if you check the trend of protesting in Nigeria, they don't attack. They don't focus, the opposition or the oppressors don't focus the attack on the followers of the protest leader.
They go after the leader.
Yeah, because once you cut the head of a snake,
I mean, everybody will be weak.
Exactly.
Okay.
So they just take down the leader. But in order for the protest, or not even the word protest now, in order for the vision of the movement to stay alive, what the leaders usually do is to avoid being captured, avoid being killed, so that once the followers know that he's still alive, he escaped death here, there's this motivation and drive to still push on. Okay. But and I think that's why this story is even coming out, so that it can weaken, the whole lot of people that have bought into his vision, so that it can weaken them. Like, is it true? Is it not true? So that there can be this discord among them. But anyways, I'm pretty sure it's going to upload a Facebook video
More
very
is
soon.
still unfolding anyway. When that unfolds, we'll definitely bring it back to you.
Definitely.
This is Hello Africa, if you're just watching. And of course, we're having a wonderful conversation, bringing you the top headline stories. And one that is really breaking the internet right now is Nollywood actress, multiple award winner, who was featured in over 45 different movies. She's a filmmaker, a politician, a mom, a fitness coach. Okay, she's one person that looks super hot, and she clocked 50. She's none other than Kate Henshaw, and they're crushing on her. And we decided to make her our
He's crushing on her.
Wednesday
you speak for yourself.
woman crush.
Okay,
Oh,
so
she is a woman crush Wednesday.
She deserves
right?
to be.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
she deserves to be. We celebrate you, Kate Henshaw, and we look forward to more endorsements and bigger years for you. in the
Amen.
industry.
Amen. Happy birthday, Kate Henshaw.
Happy birthday to you. Okay, she got a lot of, surprise parties and all that, and she really looks stunning at 50.
Really stunning. I mean, are you seeing the body? I mean, her workout routine is intense. She's really dedicated and committed to
She
her
did some
workout
hiking,
routine.
and
Honestly,
I'm like, whoa, I
know.
dove my heart for you. Your boldness is out of this world. Your confidence, actually. Okay, let's quickly take a break, and when we return, we'll be introducing you to the topic. This is Hello Africa. Stay with us.
Make no plans for movie night until you have watched our reviews and recommendations. No punches are pulled in, telling viewers what they need to dodge and what they will love. Fresh episodes updated as fast as new movie titles are released. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
Where's my dad?
I want to get you out of real life.
I'm going to get you out of here alive.
Blackdrum TV brings to you a show to educate homeowners and prospective buyers on the treacherous terrain of real estate. New deals and opportunities are highlighted on every show. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. Or you can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv. How much do you know about Africa? Scratch that. Can you go head to head with other viewers and answer general questions correctly? Smart Money Live Trivia is aimed at enterprising audiences who gets rewarded while enhancing knowledge and sharpening decision-making skills. The daily game is open to all players on Blackdrum TV social media handles. Fresh episodes are broadcasted from Monday to Friday on StarTimes Channel 194. For inquiries and partnership, contact marketing 0808-110-5907. You can send an email to marketing@blackdrum.tv.
welcome back to Hello Africa. It's great to be with you. If you're just joining us, we've had our top stories, and now we want to introduce you to our hot topic for the day. And our hot topic today is warning signs of toxic relationships. Very interesting topic. So most of us are in relationships that we do not know if they're toxic or not. These signs will help you navigate if you're in a toxic relationship or if you're not.
Well, interestingly, I like to not give. I mean, I'm in a relationship, but
How many relationships are you in?
no, come on, just one. So I'd like to say, let's not make the mistake of streamlining it to one person, because whenever it comes to toxic relationships, there's always a gender fight, saying. You know what I'm talking about. You know why I'm saying this.
I
know why. I know
if
why
she
you're
was going
saying
to
this.
talk first, this would have come from an angle.
That was
I
why
bet
they
you.
sealed my mouth.
That was why I had to come in. Not that we sealed your mouth. I
my
had to clear the
goodness.
air before you come up to say this. But moving forward, I mean, honestly, it's something we should review, because men also suffer in relationships.
I was going to say that. I'm not one-sided when it comes to relationships.
Are you sure you were going to say
Yes.
that? Okay, let's hear it.
Because when I talk about toxic relationship, I always talk generally, okay? Because we have men who are suffering and they don't come out to say, because people say, come on, you're a man.
Which is a very
You know?
wrong mindset.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're a
I
man,
trust
be
you.
a man kind of thing. But let me tell you guys, irrespective of that, we just have like, let's say 10% of men that go through toxicness in their relationship.
No, I disagree.
And we have 80% of women suffering badly in toxic relationship for reasons based on them.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
All right.
Yes.
Things
It's
are getting.
on record.
Things are getting.
You see what I
detailed.
said?
I understand what you're
Eventually.
saying.
It's on record.
No,
you
it's-
can't take it out, because researchers, they made this research and they came out with the reality. And for real, if you go to mental houses, most cases you hear is a woman who's been battered, a woman who just, suffered emotional trauma, mental issues and all that. It's from her relationship with her man.
Okay,
Yes.
let's hear it.
I would like to say this,
Okay.
that here's a simple way to know if you're in a toxic relationship, okay? If your mental health or your emotional health is constantly hurting
Abused, yeah.
or abused, you are in a toxic relationship, regardless of who is coming from. You might be the man, you might be the woman.
Exactly.
If your mental health, now the key word there is constantly hurting, okay? If it's just a one-time thing, you can heal from that. But if it's continuous, that is a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
And now there's so many things that cause all of this, mental
Exactly.
health issues and all of that. And sometimes it's not even the relationship. Sometimes it's baggage from past relationship,
I was gonna say
baggage
that.
from
Yes.
childhood.
Yes.
Okay.
All right? If you do not discuss these things with your partner and seek help, it will spill over into your relationship. No matter how good how good your intentions are when you start a relationship, spillage from past traumas
Yeah.
can affect the relationship.
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I think, right? Coming from, the angle where I'm bringing the story from is, when it comes to who suffers in the relationship, both parties, yeah?
Suffers.
Now, why I said, or I totally disagreed with her, is because, both genders are differently
Wired.
wired. Ladies are emotionally wired. Yes. They are driven emotionally. Every action they take is somehow centered against we are a more volatile
Be
vessel.
careful now.
Yeah, I have
careful
to be
now.
careful with words. So
I'm staring
at
into
this
his
point,
eyes anyway.
now at this point, you don't know, because men are physically driven. They are driven by things that approach them. If I was suffering from poverty, I would want to pay attention to leaving poverty, leaving the status. If I was going through a hard time with my family, it will be that I'm trying to fix this. You understand? So situations put men in different positions. Now, it doesn't mean that they do not have emotional trauma going on.
Okay.
They just pay attention to what keeps them more unbalanced. Now, that's where I want us to be able to understand that for men, we do not speak out sometimes. If I was to bury someone, probably I lost someone and I was planning a burial for that person, and I wasn't paying attention to my spouse at the time. she would go all out to be able to make me understand you're not giving me this attention now.
Okay.
Okay, but that would be inconsiderate of your spouse.
Do you understand me?
I understand
And
you.
at the same time, if your spouse comes out to you, you would still apologize as the man. You won't be able to, you won't get into a fight with her and
No.
say, you are inconsiderate, you are this, all because you are in a position that they feel should be the alpha position where you should welcome those kind of complaints, even in your more detrimental period.
Okay, that's a cool angle, really.
Do you get
a
what I'm
cool
saying?
Angle.
Yeah, I do.
But if I'm to talk about toxic relationship, we have to look at situations where you're being blamed for everything. You're responsible for my failure. You're responsible for me losing my job. You know, there are people like that. And another thing is, some people come into that relationship with a notion that I want to be in control. The control game, yes. Because I see the way my mom was being battered by my dad, and I'm not going to allow any man. Do you understand?
See,
and
that's what I talked about.
Listen,
That-
and the same
baggage
thing,
spilling
a
over.
man would say, I saw the way my mom abused my dad, treated him badly. I don't want to be in that kind of position. So the masculinity will want to, pop out. And at the end of the day, he'll want to tell, hey, I'm the man in this relationship. Sit down. You don't have a voice. We've seen that back to back.
Well, okay, I think the issue now is, first, from Favor's side, is that men tend to hide their
They
emotions.
bottle up.
Yeah.
Okay.
They bottle up their emotions a lot. And no matter how much emotions isn't, like I said from our last interview about relationship, emotions aren't something that are finite.
Yes.
So trying to bottle up something that is not finite into a fixed kind of bottle shape, at some point will break out.
Explode, yeah.
Exactly. And the worst part of it is it can break out at the wrong time. All right. You can be, for example, if you're a religious leader, you can be in the church, all right, talking to your workers and they're misbehaving of something which, of course, should not be a big deal, but because of the things you've bottled in, you lash out.
Transfer aggression.
And then everybody's looking at, everybody's getting their phones out, and before you know it, you're already on
It's
Instagram.
on social media. It's
Exactly.
on Instablog.
It's on Instablog. And they're like, you can't even come out and start defending that. That's not what happened. And then secondly, for the point you mentioned about childhood and all of that,
Yeah.
wanting to control. If you are going into a relationship and you're going in with the mindset that I am the man of this relationship,
Or the woman.
that is the wrong mentality.
That is it.
If you're going into a relationship, you should understand that you as a person, you're an individual, going to connect with another individual,
Absolutely.
having two different personalities, two different upbringings, two different mindsets. So the goal now is to ensure that how can you successfully bridge these two different identities without causing chaos? But when that
yourself.
chaos or when that connection becomes hurting to your mental health and to your emotional well-being,
Please take to your
that
heels.
is when there's toxicity.
No,
And please
that's
run.
not the only solution. You don't have
Run.
to take to your
You
heels.
have to take to your heels. You have to take a break, okay, for your mental health sake. Because, I mean,
I'm going to disagree with you here in a way.
wait a minute. Was this all about me? Are you guys for real?
No, I'm serious because
this isn't.
sometimes, right, the reason why you have to take a break is so that you can fix it from the outside.
Yes.
All right. If a car is
Look
faulty,
inward.
if a car is faulty, you do not like go and become a car. You take it to the mechanic who opens the hood and then fixes the engine from the outside, or they lift up the car and
Seek
fix it
help.
from the outside.
Absolutely.
Do you
Well,
understand what I'm saying?
For me, I feel if it hasn't gotten to a point where it becomes physically violent, I think it's best sorted in the inside. Because
Do you know emotional violence, mental violence is
It's
more
what leads,
painful
it's even what leads
than
to the
physical violence.
beats.
Even
Yeah.
if it doesn't lead to physical violence, but constantly having that emotional pain, you age quickly. You
It
get your,
leads to depression.
you'll be depressed. Do you understand? You would lose your
Yourself.
fire. You would not be joyous and over. So,
So-
it's terrible. You have to leave that space first
well,
for a while.
you'll have the opportunity of living if you haven't joined the person. I mean,
If you're
haven't
not
tied
married.
the
I think what you want to say is
Exactly.
married. I
If
knew
you're
that
not
say was
married to
going
the
to.
person, 'cause
Okay,
I'm more
even
like a
if-
traditional man.
Even if you're married and it's going to kill you, please don't stay.
No, let's not talk about going to kill you.
If it's going to kill you, even if it's just the emotional beat, because we see women who get married in quotes, they had dreams, aspiration, and when they just, respond to that name, MRS, Mrs., everything dies down. Their dreams is no more there. Yes, they lose their self-worth
then I blame the partner and that relationship. Because if you're getting married to someone, a woman who has dreams, who has aspiration, your goal as a partner should be, how can I move my woman from this level in a
To the
dream
next
to this
level.
next level?
Those are things.
These are things that you
must have
consider exactly, and
consider
then you
before the
walk
marriage.
towards.
I
Now,
mean,
when I say I agree with favorites in a way, is because I am also someone who believes a lot in traditional way of doing things. Not in all aspects. Okay, I vet a lot of things.
Okay.
Okay, so let me shock you. Do you know that God is in a toxic relationship with mankind? If you think about it.
let's
Okay,
not.
the
Let's not
religious
go into-
angle.
Yeah,
let's
The
not go
religious
into- let's
angle.
not go
Think
into
about
That's
it.
really deep.
If
Yeah,
you
that's
think
very
about
deep.
it, but let's just leave
No,
it
no,
there.
just leave
And
it
that
there.
is
Leave it
broad.
there.
Let's
I
it's
would
broad,
end
but
up-
let's just leave it
Yeah.
there. Let's just leave
Not
it
to
at that.
forget that you can be part of the conversation by, joining through the link showing on your screen, okay? Have you been in a toxic relationship? What were some of the signs that told you you are in a toxic relationship? Feel free to share. Tell us where you're reaching out to us from. We'd like to hear from you. This is Hello Africa.
Of course, we have tips we also mentioned and would like to share with you as regards notifications that you are already in a toxic relationship. So we're just going to run through a couple of them, and then we'll move to our weird facts for today.
Okay.
The first one says you feel like you're being manipulated into something you don't want to do. Once this begins to happen, you must understand that you're in a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
You're constantly confused by the person's behavior. You look at this person like, who is this
Who's
person
this?
again?
Yeah,
Hello,
like,
do I know
This
you?
is not who I started the
But
relationship
another
with.
thing is we need to understand that you don't know your partner forever. You keep learning.
People
One
change.
incident, yes,
Yeah,
will
but
just
not to the
trigger
point-
another character.
Yeah,
You're
but not
like,
to the point of being constantly confused.
Constantly.
yes.
Constantly,
That's
like you wake up and you're
questionable.
like, oh, okay, this Dave A, and then you go to sleep and you're waking up, this Dave Z. Where
What's
did
going on?
How
Where-
did
how
he
did we get here?
Exactly. All right. So also, you feel like you deserve an apology that never comes.
Okay, we talked about this
Yeah, but-
one.
it's just
Sometimes
terrible.
you just feel like you're not being treated fairly,
Yeah.
and nobody is trying to correct this.
And what's worse with this is you might even get an apology and not an action change.
Yes,
All right.
that's another.
Sorry
So-
now.
sorry. Okay,
I've
I'm
told
sorry.
you sorry.
I've
I'm
told you-
sorry. But that's where emotional intelligence comes into play. If you're telling somebody you're sorry, you have to be genuine about it.
Exactly, and you have
know?
to you have to and
And
you have to
change,
change. You have
yes.
to enforce, or not actually enforce, but like enact the
You
change
work on
that
it, so you
exactly
don't
that the person
apologize
wants.
for the same thing over and over.
again. Yeah.
Okay, you always have to defend yourself to this person.
Oh my God.
Every single
You
action you
always
take.
have to tell this person
Why
why
you went to
you-
the kitchen to drink water?
why you had to put the plate upside down, why you had to go
Why
pick
you
up
had
something
to-
at the grocery
Why you had to
store.
cook spag for dinner instead of swallow?
I
For goodness
mean-
sake, why? Oh God.
And then you never feel fully comfortable around them. I mean, how is this
Then what's
person
the
even
point?
my spouse if I can't feel comfortable around you?
Or
At
my
this
friend.
point, yeah.
You're meant to be my friend,
Exactly.
my pal, right?
My G.
My homie. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you continually feel bad about yourself in their presence. When you see them, you fidget. I remember there was a situation.
That involved
Some
you?
years, no.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
A friend, very close friend. She got married. We know this babe to be a happening chick now. So when she got married, we were like, let's go say hello. And when we got there, guess what?
What?
We were having a good time. She gave us drinks. She entertained us very well. We're watching the, videos and everything. Immediately, she heard her husband's car horn. She had to switch off the TV.
Oh Jesus.
And that was it.
No.
We just had to pinch ourselves like, guys,
No.
let's get out of
You
this
know,
place.
I've seen
and that is
families.
really unacceptable.
I've seen families like that where the husband or the father is the alpha and omega of the family. I do not support that. I mean, I want to come home to my family having fun, watching TV.
Joyously.
Just I want to leave the hustle, the streets, I mean the city.
Come and
the-
relax.
Exactly. But then when you come home and then your house is like a monastery. Everyone is meditating as you're coming home. That chief priest almighty has come in. Let
Everybody
nobody
is pretending to be busy.
exactly
Like
or
you're
pretending
reading.
to be busy. Oh
Yeah.
no. That's for me. I just be you, enjoy your life, please. That's not.
I like that. I
Oh,
like
well,
that
thank you
angle.
so much for being part of the show thus far. We'll be moving to the
Wet
Weird
facts.
Factors, the most interesting part of the Hello Africa Morning Show. And trust me,
They are really weird.
These are really weird.
They are really
Today
weird
we really have
facts.
so many weird factors we're going to look into. We'll just dive into them already.
Okay, so the first one we'll be looking at is high heels were originally worn by men. I think they really got the memo. That's why, yeah, Derrilis heels. I can't even put my legs in Derrilis,
I don't even know how comfortable those men were. Like, how was it a thing to wear high heels and be comfortable? Because as guys, I mean, they were doing a lot of walking up and down. I mean, imagine a banker wearing high heels.
I mean, just imagine,
Oh,
just
it's just-
imagine.
it's just-
So,
Okay, this one says the Netherlands is so safe it imports criminals to fill in jails.
Wow.
when will Africa get there?
Please don't
No,
include that in
no.
our destination map.
No, that's not where. Let's focus on Netherlands.
Let's
Netherlands.
move on.
Let's focus on Netherlands. Okay.
Okay.
But that's really, I saw this video one time.
Interesting.
I saw a prisoner who is a medical doctor. I mean,
come again.
he wasn't a medical doctor.
Okay.
From Netherlands, true.
Okay.
He was in Netherlands and
He was in prison?
He was in prison.
Okay.
And then he started
studied.
practicing medicine. And he had a life routine. I saw him, he could go out, he could do his jogging, he could have his morning workout.
And he's
But
an
within
inmate.
the
And he's an inmate and he would come back.
He would come back.
Yeah,
Is
he
it
would go
outside
out
the prison
on,
walls?
Yes, exactly. I'm telling you.
that's my
He
kind of
also
country.
went to class. He went to his class sessions outside the prison ward. He came out and then he had books he was reading. He was attending school.
See, the original idea of prison
It's a
facility is a
correction-
correctional
yes,
facility.
exactly.
But unfortunately, because they
it's
see,
misunderstood in Africa.
well, I
It's
don't blame Africans too,
It's
because there are some heinous
Hardened
crimes.
criminals.
Yeah,
There are
okay.
some heinous crimes. Like
We go.
I don't want to go into.
We go deep.
I'm telling you,
Okay.
riding a roller coaster could help pass a kidney stone. Wow.
No, my heart will even leave me. Not even just the kidney alone.
But
Because,
I think the
it's too
speed,
scary.
the speed, the twist and turns, will shake your
Yes.
balls, and then it could help you. And kidney stones are one painful thing, like very, very painful.
People have lost
So
their
please,
lives to it.
If you have kidney stones,
Go on a roller coaster,
a
baby.
very fast one, enjoy
A
yourself.
you're insisting on the fast one. Can you imagine the speed? Some cats are actually allergic to humans. I'm allergic to cats, so don't just bring it
Well,
there.
I mean, I have no problem with cats.
I
I,
mean,
I like
In
cats.
Africa, we have problem with it because they possess them.
They possess
when
other
I see
animals
cat,
too.
Fire. Okay, let's move on.
I'm not a fan of pets. Thank you.
Okay, let's have
A
this.
chef hat has exactly 100 pleats. A chef hat. I mean, like
The
the
pleats,
pleats.
yeah.
The pleats have.
The very big hearts.
I mean, I would love to know why.
Yes, why is because they are trying to tell them that with that hat, you should be able to think of 100 ways to prepare egg. And egg. And I'm
Egg.
like, I
Not
don't
ball-
know
not-
how
not
many
chicken.
ways?
I
I'm
mean,
a lady. And
not
I'm like,
amala.
Not chicken, not beef,
Not
egg,
amala.
because you're a foodie.
Ah,
just egg.
Just egg.
Wow.
Okay. And okay, please
this
take
one
this.
says the bowler hat was invented as safety measure. Safety measure.
Yeah.
Which means what we call helmet now was initially
A bowler hat.
Okay.
I feel like wearing my bowler hat right now.
I
so I
don't-
can
I
save
don't-
myself from these two dudes,
I
you
don't do
guys.
hats.
I don't know if that is still going to save you from anything. You don't jump on any bike right now with a bowler hat. It will fly off your
it's
head.
going to
Fly off,
fly
yeah,
off.
it
It's
gets
going to
fly
fly off. Okay, and that wraps it all up for us on the show today. Thanks for being a great part of the show. We had a wonderful time.
Well, we
And
did.
of course,
We
they
did.
spice it all up. Faith and BC, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
Thank you
having
for
me.
joining us on the show. And of course, we'll be right back again to keep you entertained, to keep you thrilled, to keep you informed. It's Hello Africa. I mean, this is literally the best, the best thing you will see on your screens right now. Well, it was amazing being with you. I remain Favor Aya, and of course, my teammates, my
I remain busy, and also we have.
Your homegirl Nita, aka African Opera. Like I will always say, do not stay in a toxic relationship. It's better to be alive and live than to be packed in a body bag. So make the right decision. Love you enough, okay? I love you.
Salah is still
Remember
on.
to keep your dreams alive and don't let it die. And Salah is still going
still
on.
on,
You
yeah.
know, we're open to
open
receiving
to
meat.
receiving,
Please, I've
yeah.
not
Salah
seen
meat.
even one meat. I
Salah
don't even know
meat.
the color of the meat
we
yet.
have plans, right?
We have plans. Definitely, we have plans. There's a location.
And I'm not part of this plan.
We'll send you a
Okay,
location.
see you on Friday, guys.
All right.
Remember, guys, peace.
and love.